This is Jared. This is Scott.
G'day.
We had some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Now this is better.
Yeah.
We have Betty on this corner.
And this here is what's going to be going inside of Betty.
These vintage 1982 comes out of a Black Magic Lapel, which we may show you later. See that? Godo. Top of the line.
We have
Fern model. Back in its heyday. Top of the line pickups. I got from this old, shouldn't say old, elderly woman from the church. For absolutely nothing. All the electronics, they were fine. The only thing is, the bridge was roughly $150 to $200 fix. Which we all know the guitar wasn't in that best of the shape. The body alone just wouldn't hold up to the value of the new thing.
parts.
So I decided I'm going to strip Betty's hardware. Take out these old, no-name, single coil pickups. Take out these knobs and switches. Put in your standard black top HJ's Stratocaster 11-hole 3-ply pick guard in sometime in March.
And here,
And we're going to put the pickups,
here's the dial set and
the dials, the
toggle switch. That's
the toggle switch, which is also from the old Les Paul copy. Those are reproduction copies of Gibson's bean knobs. As you can see, they all turn
perfectly.
There's nothing wrong with it. As we go up, you can see the orange neon DR strings and the, obviously you can tell if there's an acoustic string on there.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I found it weird trying to play with heavy gauge electric strings and a light gauge electric string.
That's why
And as you see,
these have been replaced.
these are Godo. The same company that makes the pickups.
That we're dropping into her.
And there's a serial number. Inspected in 05.
It's got nothing better to do.
That is not its production date. That is when it last got inspected. As you can see, there's another sticker underneath there.
Yeah.
Then we go
I want the sucker.
to the monster. Oh, you see this? This is what we call
That's a caramel sucker. It's the best. Buy them.
we call this
Eat
in
them.
Canada
Yeah.
an apple caramel sucker. For
PEI
all that you don't know, BEI is famous for
to be
them.
more specific.
And we buy these for roughly 25 cents a piece.
Yeah.
And you can sell them for $1. And people will still go washing for them. They're just not delicious if you don't know what caramel apples is. It's mine.
Alright, and this here is the piece we're having trouble with.
We're having trouble with this tuning. The 12 string. It needs to be professionally tuned to the first spot. Then maybe we can get. As you
Maybe
can
if
see,
the tuning heads were switched out for more high grade.
fortunately,
Basically what a normal double neck looks like.
there's our number. Pretty well flawless on that neck.
Good old Epiphone.
You can see where I accidentally slipped. Actually, no, you can't.
But we can. Ha!
But we can. Sucks to be you. It accidentally slipped and fell off its case one day. So there's a very light scratch in the 6-string neck. You can
It's still a
see
beautiful guitar.
the stamped Epiphone, vintage style machine heads, which were very common in the 1930s to 50s.
We might switch those out. Get a heavier grade.
May. But if you think this is a topper, this right here,
I'll get the Black Magic.
extremely crafty. My friend's going to take out 2 more guitars for you to see. Then maybe after we can give you a little thorough detail of my 1979 acoustic.
Here's the Black Magic that was stripped down.
As you can see, there's
Absolutely no guts inside of it.
His body's in pretty well overall shape.
It's pretty decent.
You can see it's decent. It's really good shape for almost 30-year-old guitar. Just, quite frankly, I didn't want to spend over $200 on a piece of equipment when I wasn't even sure I was even going to use the thing. But as you can see in this lighting, it has a beautiful, I mean, absolutely stunning black finish with red trim. It has a string-through body. Thicker bridge, and I hear someone coming. And there's my case to my 1979 acoustic. Gonna get a pre-vintage free Gibson lawsuit Les Paul on the go.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And the original 1970s soft shell case.
It needs a tiny bit of work done to it.
But then again, this is a 30-year-old guitar.
Which is in relatively good shape.
There's the knobs. Works. Seized, sadly, $6 fixed. Everything is completely original. It is for sale at used PEI Kijiji. Roughly. In its present condition, $250. OBL. And there's your block inlays. It has your Gibson Custom Shop headstock. It's missing a peg. Quite frankly, they were all there, but I took it off. It kind of fell to pieces. Apparently, it had snapped inside. It's a little fixer-upper. But hey, like I said,
and here's the pretty blue Yamaha.
It's 30 years old. You might even find another 30-plus-year-old guitar, all original. It just needs, maybe, let me think about it. $20 worth of repairs minus your strings. Just when's the next time you're gonna come up to that, man? When's the next time? Bypass Betty.
And here's the
pretty LD gas. Let's look at that headstock. LD gas. It has your standard block, your sound hole, your
white tag.
She's convinced that every guitar now from something that has a red tag, but I'm telling you that's just Yamaha. The original 1970s stamped, weird shaped things. You can
looking for the stamp.
Overly.
I don't think there's a stamp on that one.
Well conditioned, as you can see. This is an 8-minute long video so far. It has a little paint chips, but it's 32+ years old. It's made in Korea. The Korean factory burnt down in late 1979. So that tells you, back then they didn't label their production dates with a serial number. So that's roughly 32 years old, and it's in fantastic shape. Sounds good. Never have to tune the thing. I love it for that reason. Because, quite frankly, when I try to tune a guitar,
I usually end up doing it.
Something bad happens. Like, for example, the acoustic string.
And then there's the pretty Yamaha bass. 4-string. Pretty blue. Black knobs. What?
Yeah, I'm going now.
I'll see ya, friend.
Feed him up when
It's
you're at it.
almost 9.
You have permission to be Jamie.
The
I won't care.
black
I will-
pickups.
I see nothing. I hear nothing.
It's
One here, from there.
it's a decent base to begin with. The action
Is decently low.
is kind of high at the
Your
bottom.
phone so I can call Mom.
I think it's out in the living room
Yeah,
on the couch.
it's like it says Yamaha. It's an RBX 170. There's your serial number somewhere.
Right
You
here.
can't really see that well.
No, because of the lighting.
The bolt on neck. The
Yamaha certification stamp.
safety approved. Your
Way to get into your pickups. Where you plug her in at.
your three-way knobs. I bought this from my cousin with a Hertel case and a Squire PB 15, which is a very disgusting little lamp, I may add.
It gets the job done.
But it gets the job done. Like I said, I'm not big on bass. Actually, I quite stink at bass, to be honest.
Yeah, I only know one bass line myself, so don't feel bad.
So, this is another review. Let's go from this time, from the ones that I got first. First,
I remember you having that one in school. West Style.
second, third, fourth, and fifth got these at the same time. These two little guitars here, the lady from the church had them in her attic sitting for 30 years.
The Black Magic
Pretty
and
much.
the Les Paul.
And this, for fifth, and quite frankly, I have an 12-string 12-string Epiphone at my uncle's house, and
I'm putting the blue diamond away.
sure, and I also had an Epiphone Dock Studio Burn Cherry. Quite frankly, it was disgusting. I traded for the LD gas. Excellent trade, by the way. If you can ever get an LD gas in good shape, pick it up. You'll never find another guitar like that again. And I had an Epiphone Les Paul bolt-on 100 neck. Another thing is,
I don't know if it's because of that.
before we hit this up, I have to say, I am a banana! My spoon is so big!
And then I was up till
If you have the chance and you're above 18 PG, I advise you watch My Spoon is Too Big on YouTube.
holy
And I also advise
And
you
this
to
guitar
watch
come from?
Equals 3 with Ray William Johnson. He is awesome.
Remember, these Les Paul copies were based off of the Gibson Les Paul, and those two companies, they're no longer there because they got their butts sued from Gibson.
I'm gonna put the Big Daddy back.
But back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, the biggest rival of Gibson was none other than Epiphone, and believe it or not, when it came to building the biggest jazz box, Epiphone won. Beat that, Gibson. Beat that. Well, we're gonna have a good night, and everybody just listens to this. If you like guitar, doesn't matter how many you have, as long as you can strum a little. Doesn't matter if you're big, famous. Get them. Eventually, they will be worth lots of
I was
money.
gonna say, too bad you
Like,
weren't able to do it tomorrow.
Silvertone right here, they don't make it in Canada anymore. This
gonna
thing
be
in
here
20
for
years will be
a
worth a
while
friggin'
tomorrow, so-
fortune. This thing's already worth a pretty penny.
If you wanted to charge
That's
tomorrow,
about
but
it.
I don't know what your plans are.
Bye, have a good day.